Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today I'm going to be bringing you looks 3, 4, and 5 using my MAC Aladdin 9-pan palette. So I am doing one look per eyeshadow palette in this. And as you can see, it is just a beautiful, beautiful palette. So if you want to see how I got this look as well as a few others, you are in the right place. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, welcome to look number 3 using my MAC and Aladdin palette. So today I'm going to be doing something that is for me very far outside of my comfort zone. I'm going to be attempting my first cut crease. So I'm going to be using this shade right here all through my crease, and then I'm going to take this matte black shade all along the outer, half to third of my eye. I will then be going in with the concealer and blanking back out the first half to 2/3 and then putting this beautiful shade all over it. In my brain, it's gonna be beautiful. In reality, let's see how it goes. So, starting with that transition shade, I'll go ahead and buff that all along my crease. So today, the day that I am filming, is actually my birthday. So that's exciting. I took the day off of work and I am spending it here with you lovely folks and attempting a cut crease. I will say, this color blends so nicely. I know the first time I used it, I went in a little bit heavy, but since then, and I've been using it, I've learned kind of the right amount to start with in order to build, and it really does build up so nicely. Okay, I think that is enough for me for now. I don't know why I'm so nervous to do this. I think it's just because I'm using shadows that I don't typically use and a technique that I've never done before. So I'm going to take this little pencil-y brush. This is by Morphe. It is an M506, and I'm going to very carefully and very slowly start building this color out into my outer third of my lid. I'll probably need to speed some of this up because I'm going to go really slow. Alright, so the good news is, well, okay, for me the good news is that this did take a good bit of building. This is not the most intense black that I have ever seen in a shadow, which for some people might be a turnoff. For me, it's a good thing because I'm not comfortable using black and super dark shadows. But it didn't get out of control on me, which was my big old fear. So now we're going to go in with some concealer and a flat brush. I think I'm going to use this one by Alamar Cosmetics. And I'm just going to blank back out the inner part of my lid using my Milani. This is the Conceal and Perfect. Just use a little bitty dot, well, sort of bitty dot, and blend that out. Okay, so far so good. And then I'm going to go in with the shade right here, all along that nice tacky surface. And for that, I think I'm going to use my Japanesque 230 brush. I'm feeling that this shade has a good bit of fallout, unfortunately. I can feel it kind of raining down on my cheeks, which is disappointing. And it seems more glittery than duochrome, which is what it looks like it would be in the pan. I'll say this was the shade that I was most excited about in the palette. But it's not giving me the feels that I thought that it would. Okay, I have that to the opacity that I was looking for. I am going to go in with just my original Morphe. No, this is not Morphe. This is a brand that I bought off of Amazon and I really like, but I can't pronounce. And I'm just going to kind of clean up those edges. And then I am going to go back in with that little pointy brush that we were using. This one here by Morphe, the M506. And I'm actually going to bring back some of that black shadow because I feel like it got a little bit lost. I have to say, I'm just sort of meh about this shade. Let me try adding a little bit with my finger. Let's see if that helps. Not really. I did a good job of packing it on. It just isn't the color that I wanted it to be, if that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the fallout underneath my eyes, put on my base makeup, then we'll come back and we'll do the lower lash line. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and take the black shade and I'm going to run that right up against my lash line using this pencil brush. This is a Sigma E30. Helps if I have my mirror out. I had envisioned this as being a bit of a smokier look. Awesome, okay. And then using, let's see, yeah, that's soft enough. Using this Makeup Geek defined crease brush, I'm going to take our original crease shade, this one right here, and just blend out my lower lash line. Alrighty, I think I'm happy with where that is. And then the very last thing that I will do before adding liner and mascara is going to be taking this lightest shade right here in the center and using that in my inner corners and along my brow bone. Bring a little bit of light and bright into the look. Excellent. Okay, so the last thing I'll do is I will hop off camera real quick and I will add mascara and liner, a little bit of lip, and we'll come back for the final look. All right, my friends, so here we have the finished look. I definitely think that liner and mascara helped out the situation some. And while I like the finished look, it didn't really come out the way that I was expecting it to, if that makes sense. Anyway, I hope that you have enjoyed this look, and on to look number 4. Hello again, my friends. I am back with look number 4 from my Aladdin and MAC palette. So I think today I want to do a bit of a halo eye. So just to kind of roadmap it for you, I am going to go ahead and, as usual, I'm going to take this all the way through the crease. And then I think I'm going to take this beautiful shimmery purple plum shade, and I'm going to use that in the inner corner and the outer corner. And then I'm going to take this beautiful silver color and I'm going to use that for the center. So that is what I am kind of thinking for this look. As usual, I have already gone and primed my eyes using my MAC Painterly paint pot, and then just set it down with a matte cream shadow. And I'm trying to use this series to help get myself a little bit out of my comfort zone, which is why today we're doing a bit of a spotlight. And I know in my last look I attempted kind of a half cut crease, and I really want to just, you know, get out there, do different things. And if you guys find that you are enjoying this, then let me know, because I am happy to also do that with some other palettes. In fact, if you guys are enjoying it, maybe I will do a poll to see which one to do next. Alright, I feel like this is getting a little bit deeper than I was initially expecting. I did just a really quick spot clean of my eyeshadow brushes because they're getting a little out of control, but I don't really have the time at the moment to do an actual wash of my brushes. So I used my Cinema Secrets, that blue quick wash, and it worked really well, but I'll be honest, I am probably the only one who doesn't love the scent of that. It is just so artificial. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and start laying down and building up this shade all along the inner and the outer part of my eye. I'm not going to be too precise with it because, ooh, look at that fallout. I am going to go in with some concealer and blank out the center part of my lid. So I'm not going to be too precise. And that's also why I almost never do my base makeup first, is because of this business right here. Lots and lots of fallout. And it's probably the brush that I'm using, if we're going to be very honest, but it's much easier to clean up before your makeup is down. I do really like this purple shade. It has a little bit of a blackened base, but not too bad. For me, it's a hard thing to find a really nice deep purple shade that doesn't lean too far pink and too far black. But the one in my BH Cosmetics, it's my Ray Ray palette, I'm sure you've heard me talk about. I just absolutely love that shade of purple. And even though I know that that is a discontinued palette, I am still seeing it at my local TJ Maxx along with some other BH Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes. So if you are disappointed that you didn't get your hands on it, I would recommend checking out TJ Maxx, Marshalls, places like that. And I'm really building up this purple shade like I said, I am going to go ahead and clean it up, so I'm not terribly concerned about the fact that I'm looking pretty crazy at the moment. Okay, that's looking about where I want it. I am going to go back with that original fluffy brush without any product on it, and I'm just going to try to soften some of these edges here that got a little out of hand, you know what I mean? All right, looking good, looking good. All right, I'm gonna take just a little bit of my concealer. This is still my Milani Conceal and Perfect, and then I'll blend it out with this little Alamar Cosmetics flat synthetic brush. Whoa, that's not the one I meant to pick up. That's the one I meant to pick up. Okay. Let's see if I can do this without getting too much on there. All right, that is hopefully okay. All right, hopefully I was not blocking my face that whole time. If I was, sorry. Okay, and then I kind of learned my lesson. And the last one, I'm going to go in with my finger and I'm going to pat that beautiful silver shade all over the area that we just kind of blanked out. Look at that. All right, okay. Let's see. I'm gonna soften that line just a little bit. Kind of digging it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the under parts of my eyes, where all that fallout is, clean up these edges here, put some blank face? No, some face makeup on. Don't know what I was thinking there. And I'll meet you back to do the lower lash line. Alright, so here we are with face makeup on. I don't have any blush, bronzer, any of that kind of stuff. I just put down a little bit of foundation, concealer, and powder. And now we're going to go in and do the lower lash line. So we're first going to take this shade here that we have always been using in the crease, and I'm just going to brush that all along the lower lash line. Trying not to make the weird face that we all make. And I am bringing that just a little bit lower than I normally would, just because this is a little bit more of a dramatic eye look. There we go. And then I will go ahead and I will take just a pencil brush and the deep purple shade that we used. I will mirror what we did on the upper lash line. I'm going to put that along the lower outer third and then the lower inner third as well. Being really, really careful not to get in the center. Good, good. All right, finally, I'm going to take a stiffer pencil brush. Ooh, got a little eyeshadow in my eye. And I'm going to try to buff that right into that blank spot we left on the lower lash line. We'll see how well that works. It's kind of working. I think I might have to wet my brush. Yeah, let's go ahead. Do I have any spray? Okay, spray. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some loaded up onto my brush. I think that helped a little. All right. Okay, so the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put on some mascara, and then we'll come back for the final look. All right, my friends, so there we have the finished look, and I have to say, I'm really happy about it. I think it came out really, really well. All I did was pop on just some very shiny lips. I wanted the eyes to be the star of the show. Put on a little bit of, you know, blush, bronzer, highlight. You know how it goes. And this is what we came out with. And I really, really like it. The one thing that I will say, this was the mascara that I used. This is by Wander Beauty Mile High Club. This is so many layers just to get it to look like this. So I'm going to keep testing this out. This came in a BoxyCharm a few months back, but first impressions are not great. Anyway, I hope that you have enjoyed this eyeshadow look, and on to the next one. Hello everyone, welcome back, and welcome to look number 5 using my Aladdin MAC palette. So I think I'm going to go a little bit less dramatic than I had the past couple of looks. I'm going to start by taking this shade right here all through my crease, just like I've been doing. I'm also going to try to build it up a little bit on the outer corner, and then go all over my lid with just this gold shade right here. And then I'm going to attempt a faux liner using the black shade there. So I will say, one thing that I feel like this palette is certainly lacking is kind of a deeper outer corner sort of shade, because I can't talk today. Because while the purple works very, very well in the palette, I feel like I would rather have a deep chocolatey brown rather than the black, because I feel like it would just, I don't know, it would just work a little bit better with the palette and the other colors that are in there. Now, I am someone who doesn't typically prefer a black shadow. That's just me personally. Everybody's a little bit different. But even with that said, there's so many palettes that I own that have black shadow already in them that are honestly more saturated than the shade in this palette here. I like this palette, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that I have it. I just think that if I could redesign it, I guess, that would be something that I would change, I think. And I'm trying to get better at doing my eyeshadow with my bangs down. Let me know, do you prefer bangs back or bangs down? So I am going a little bit more intensely than I have the past few looks, because I'm using so few shadows that I really want for it to stand out. And then I'm also bringing it in about halfway on the lid. Sure, we'll call that half to a third. Okay, I'm also going to take a little bit more precise of a brush and try to see how much I can build up this shade. I think that is probably about as good as that's going to get for the moment. And then I will go ahead and take this golden shade right here and take that just all over my lid. I'll probably need to go back into that first shade, sort of re-intensify it in the outer corner. Although I don't know if intensify is quite the right word. And this is not picking up the best on the brush. Alright, I'm going in with the finger because this is just not doing what I want it to do. Yeah, these definitely do benefit from using a finger. Okay, it's kind of messy. Can clean it up though. Okay, so I am going to, what am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to take, again, my fluffy brush and I'm going to go back into my crease just a little bit to kind of clean up. Any of you with toddlers started that song too. And then I don't feel like the outer corner has quite enough, but I don't really know that I'm going to be able to get any more in there. So let's go on and try to use the liner, or the shadow as liner rather. So I have two brushes. One is thinner than the other. So this one is by Japanesque. This one is by Juvia's Place. I think I'll start with the one from Juvia's Place. See how that goes. I am also going to wet it with my setting spray. See if I can get a good dark line. See how this goes. Ooh, this is a large brush. Okay, we're gonna only do the outer wing with this brush because it is just too big for me to control. But it makes a nice little stamp. Alright, let's do the other side and then I'll take the thinner of the two brushes and do, I think, the rest of my lid space. Oh, I didn't seem to pick up quite as much shadow. Oh, danger, Will Robinson, danger. Oh, these are so uneven. Why did I do this to myself? These are so uneven. Alright, let's see what kind of damage control we can do. So do you remember when I came on here and said I was going to do a less dramatic look? Alright, so I did go ahead and apply all of my face makeup, and I added quite a bit of mascara, a glossy nude lip, and overall, I'm really happy with the way that this came out. When I initially put it on, I was a little freaked out. I'd never done a big old wing like this before, and I was having severe Amy Winehouse vibes. It was kind of freaking me out. But once I added all of the other components of my makeup, I did clean up the edges just a little bit using a makeup wipe. And I have to say, I think I really like it. Of the looks that I have done so far with this palette, I dare say this one might be my favorite. I might have to start trying to do a wing a little bit more often. I realize I'm so last on the train for that, but I really like it. I hope that you have too. Let me know, of the 3 looks that I have done in this video, let me know which one is your favorite. I would be really interested to hear that. But yeah, definitely thank you so much for spending some time with me today. If you have enjoyed this video, I hope that you will give it a thumbs up. And if you're new, welcome. I hope that you'll consider subscribing before you leave. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.